So in this video, we're going to do something cool. You'll learn how to build your own custom Python-based MCP servers and then use Claude Desktop as the interface in order to execute your Python scripts. Right, and now why would you bother watching this video and learning this? Well, as a developer, I'm sure you can relate to this. Whenever you have to do something more than 2 or 3 times, your engineering brain kicks in and you're like, I can automate this. But then what ends up happening is that you spend more time automating the task than it would ever take you to do that manually. With this setup, it's so easy to create automations because you don't have to worry about cron jobs, UIs, or your deployments at all, because that's usually where the task you thought would take 5 minutes to automate now turns into 2 days. With this approach, we can just simply run it from Claude. Alright, so let's dive straight in and I'm going to walk you through this step by step. If you're completely new to building with MCP, I recommend going through this crash course for Python developers first. That will explain all the basics so that in this video we can go pretty fast. So in order to follow along, you need Python, UV, and Claude Desktop, and optionally Claude Code, because that's where you can integrate this as well. So everything is here in the GitHub repository, but I'm going to walk through this like step by step, so you'll learn how to pretty much do this on your own. Whenever you get a new idea, it was like, look, I want to build an MCP server for this. These are the exact steps that you need to follow. So I'm going to set up a project. So I have a folder over here called MCP Servers. So create this somewhere on your machine, and I'm going to open up a new terminal session in here. And what I can do a UV init in here. This is how I would set up a project. So we can use UV for that, super convenient. Then we go in here. So we go into the YouTube folder, and I'm going to open up in Cursor. So now we've created a project, a placeholder where we can implement the specific YouTube MCP server that we want to build. And then I'm going to set up the project structure, which you can see over here. So this is the layout that we got going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that main.py, we can pretty much leave that empty, and I'm going to rename that into server.py. And then I'm going to create a source folder where we're going to actually implement the logic and the tools that we want to use. So in here, I'm going to create a service file that's going to be a class that will host all of our functionality, in this case around the YouTube transcript API. And then let's see, for this file or for this example, we also need a utils folder. Perfect. Now then I'm also going to create a virtual environment in here. So I do uv-venv. And then we're going to add the following library. So we'll do python.env, we'll do the MCP CLI between quotes, and then we'll do the YouTube transcript API. So we're going to add this to our project, make sure we have everything up and running like this. And then let's see, I'm going to add one more thing. This is optional, you don't need this. Do a uv add ipykernel --dev to add ipykernel as a dev dependency so we can run this in an interactive session. And then next we want to quickly set up the file. So you can simply copy paste it from the cookbook or you can clone the repository, but make sure that you have the server set up over here. You have the service file, the utils, and the test.py. So this is simply like syncing the repo, make sure that we're on the same page, and then we'll continue with the examples. So in the code base, we have a very simple server setup with one tool. If you're new to this, you should watch the crash course. Then we have a test.py file where we can test our function to get a transcript. Then we have our servers function, which is simply a wrapper around the YouTube transcript API. This is a library that we can install, we can leverage that. And then there's a final util function in here that can extract a video ID from a URL. All right, so it's a very basic setup. And like I've said, it's not so much about these specific code examples in there, but it's about the patterns that you use, creating a server and then creating the tools and the functions around that. And in this case, it's a YouTube transcript API because it's a use case that I personally find very interesting to have in Claude to be able to ask summaries, but you can translate this to any automation problem you can imagine. All right, so with this setup completed and a high-level idea of what it does, let's now actually test it to get a feel for the outputs. So if I come to the test.py, I can run this. I will do this in the interactive session, but you can just as well do this in the terminal. And then you can see these lyrics might be familiar to you. We just got rickrolled. And funny story here, this actually happened when I was creating this tutorial. I was creating this test.py file over here. And I was doing like get the transcript, and then you can see how Cursor does this autocomplete, right? So I was like, oh, sure, it doesn't matter. Let's get any YouTube video. So yeah, I just got rickrolled by AI. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Okay, awesome. So this now works. So let's quickly zoom out a little bit to showcase what we've done here, right? So we can test this function here in test.py. And if you follow the imports, this goes back to the server. This goes back to this very simple function that we have registered as a tool in here. Again, this is all in the MCP crash course, registering tools. And here we simply just use the service that we created and we call get transcript. That's all this tool simply does. And then the YouTube transcript service is just a wrapper around the YouTube transcripts API. All right, so that's how we set up a project, create the server, and then add tools to it. And the tools are Python functions. And these can be as simple as a print statement and as complex as triggering an entire data pipeline or workflow and waiting for the results and processing them. That's the nice thing about this approach. That's really the beauty in here, that we have this entry point where we can pretty much automate anything just by creating functions and services around it. All right, so now with our server created, we can run a test over here. So we can run the server locally, and we can do that in the terminal, and we can run the command mcp dev, and then we do server.py. So we can run this. The first time you do this, it will ask you to install the MCP inspector. So you just hit Y on your keyboard and then press enter. And this is a very nice and convenient tool, also covered in the crash course. But what we can do in here is we can connect, and now we can go to tools, and you can list the tools, and now you can see we have the get transcript function in here. So this is a very convenient way to test our MCP server before plugging it into something like Claude Desktop. So then next what you have to do is here you can see the actual tool itself, and you can see that it takes the video URL or ID. So I'm going to plug in this video, which is my latest YouTube video, which is an AI engineering roadmap. So let's plug that in here, and then I'm going to click run tool. And if you scroll down, you'll see the entire transcript over here. So let me give you the roadmap. Yeah, that's the right video. Hey, and since you're still watching this video, can you do me a quick favor and hit that like button below this video and also subscribe? That would be much appreciated. So now we've validated that we can run this inside our test.py file, but we can also do it in the MCP inspector, which is pretty much the final test to say, look, okay, now this is kind of like MCP ready and we can continue to implement this. So coming back to the guide, there's one optional thing that you can do here, and that is if you seriously want to use this, you can update these environment variables and get a web share account so you can create a proxy. So if you use this a lot, YouTube might ban you block your IP temporarily. It's nothing that bad, but we're using YouTube's internal API to get the transcript, and for scraping purposes, they will block this. So this is very optional. You can get an account here, just plug it in as environment variables, and then you can do this. But if you simply follow along with testing, you don't need to do this. Okay, so now our application is ready to connect to Claude Desktop. So open up Claude Desktop, go to settings, then go to developer, and then click on edit config over here. This is going to show your Claude Desktop config.json. If you open this up, you can open this in any text editor. So I have it opened over here right now, and now we can configure our MCP server. And the way you do this, coming back over here, is by using this command. And this is actually something that took me quite some time to figure out how to correctly do this with UV, because there is an interesting thing that you can do here. And I will explain that in a bit, but for now, all we need to do is we need to take this absolute path over here, and we need to link that to where our server.py is actually located. So if you go over here, server.py, you can take this and you can go click on here and you can say copy path. So you can plug this in here, and then you just need to get rid of the server. So we have the actual folder that it's in right now. So you can see this is under user, and then you can see the entire path. And this is now how we can instruct our MCP server to say, look, this is the name, it's called YouTube. We run it with UV, and these are the arguments that you need to run. So whenever our MCP server is accessed, it will change to the directory and it will run server.py. Now, the cool thing about using UV for this is that if we set up our project correctly, which you may have seen already, we don't have to worry about creating virtual environments and installing packages. UV will handle all of that for us. And that is by coming back over here. You see this script over here. UV has a feature where if you define the dependencies at the top of a Python file like this in this specific syntax with the slashes forward and backward over here, whenever UV enters this file and it will run it, it will like on the fly create an environment and install these dependencies. And that's what's actually a super great hack for working with MCP servers and setting this up quickly, because otherwise these commands can get really tricky over here to manage correctly. All right, so what you then need to do is you can save this and then close this out. Now we need to restart Claude Desktop. So close it out and open it up again. And now if we go back to the settings again, go to developer, you should see your YouTube MCP server and it should say running. If it says failed over here, you've missed a step. So now what we can do, and this is where it gets super cool. Now if you go to a new chat in Claude, and for example, you can pick a very fast model, doesn't even matter which one, you can click on the tools over here and you should see that your YouTube MCP server is connected. So you can see it over here. This should be connected. So now Claude has access to that MCP server. And anytime you mention something about doing something with YouTube summarizing or using a transcript, it will use this tool. Let me give you an example. So I'll ask, can you summarize this video? So what it will do right now, it will load the tools and then we'll say, look, Claude wants to use the get transcript from YouTube. And you can say allow once or always allow. So I'll just hit enter or click that for now. And beautiful, it is now creating the summary for us based on the YouTube transcript. All right, so this is already so cool, right? Because now as a developer, first of all, you don't have to worry about deployments because everything's locally. You also don't have to worry about, okay, where was this script stored and how do I run it and what parameters do I need to plug in there? Because I'm aware you can also like run everything via the terminal and do it like this. But the nice thing about this is that we can leverage tools like Claude and use natural language so we don't have to remember all of that stuff. And you can now start to kind of like audit everything you do on a day-to-day basis. And whenever you feel like, look, this can be a quick little automation, you can literally do it in a couple of minutes and you can set it up. And typically the logic itself to create an automation is usually not that hard, but it's everything around that, deploying it, configuring the arguments, and then remembering where it was, managing dependencies. Right now it's here. And because it's already in the context of Claude right now, we have this basic summary, but we can also continue to ask questions around this. So we can, for example, ask like, help me create a learning plan for this. So it will go off and do this. This is just like context that is now available within Claude. And the cool thing is that we can also start to chain MCP servers together. So this is just like one example, but this is just the starting point. You can take any task really that you can automate and build MCP servers around it and all access it through this unified interface. And now let's take this a step further and connect it to Claude Code, where we can use the same functionality, but then also immediately create files on our system. So let's say you create a new repository where you want to store all of your notes. So you want to create summaries and then you also want to store them. What we can do in here is we can open up a new terminal, and when Claude Code is installed, we can also add MCP servers to that. The way you do that is by using the following command. So again, the only thing that you need to do is you need to change the absolute path to your directory. And then when you run that, after that you can do Claude MCP list, and you can find that the YouTube MCP server is now connected. So now what I can do is I can just start a new Claude Code session and I can say, help me summarize this video and create a report in Markdown. So now what you should find is, look, now Claude Code will figure out, look, I'm going to summarize this. So now you can see it's getting the transcript from the YouTube video using our own MCP server. All right, so here it is. And it asks like, hey, do you want to make this edit? There we go. So now we should get this Markdown file. Now if we get rid of this, here you can now see we have a full Markdown file of everything that's in here. So even if you don't like using Claude Desktop, for example, you can still do this straight from the terminal and just have a terminal tab open. And whenever you have a task in mind that you want to do, whether it's getting a transcript or something completely else that you want to do, you just type it in the terminal in Claude Code, and Claude Code will then figure out what to do, which parameters to plug in, and how to get the information in there. And now the thing is, this is just a simple example of something that I personally find useful, and I think you'll like this too. But this pattern generalizes to countless small but effective development automations that we as developers can do with the power of Python. And now beyond just using these MCP servers yourself to automate your own work, where I see a lot of untapped potential right now as an entrepreneur is actually selling this B2B. Because let's face it, so many people are already using ChatGPT and Claude. They are familiar with that environment, but they're hitting the limits, the integration limits. Now this is where MCP servers come in. And there are already so many MCP servers out there, but the general employee or business owner has no idea how to integrate that. Now that is where you can come in as a developer and then help them. So you can use off-the-shelf MCP layers, but also more importantly, connect them with the custom ones that I've just showed you how to build, and then make them specific for the business that you're dealing with. So you can automate entire workflows that the employees themselves can use from tools they're already familiar with. And in this case, you also don't have to worry about doing entire complex deployments, which have a very high failure rate if you look at the industry reports. So in my opinion, this is such a good opportunity as a developer to start a side hustle or to start freelancing by helping businesses implement MCP servers like this. If you're interested in that and want to learn how to find those clients, you can check out the link in the description. All right, and that's it for this one. I hope you found it helpful. If so, please leave a like and also hit that subscribe button. And then next, I will show a video up here, right here, that I think you'll like. So go watch this video right now to continue learning AI.